Hello there everyone, welcome back to BrokeNbricks, and today I'm going to be doing a bag-by-bag review of the LEGO Star Wars Siege of Mandalore Battle Pack. This has 116 pieces and came out on January 1st, 2026. And if you're in the UK like me, it is going to be costing you a lovely £18. If you're not familiar with these videos, what I do is I review the set after I've completed each bag of the build, but in this case I'm going to assume that there's not going to be any numbered bags, it's just going to be all in one. But I would like to keep the consistency in my videos, so we're just going to pretend like that's fine. So I'm going to go and open this up so that we can get started with the review. So here we have the completed model, and we'll take a look at the clone troopers first. These are obviously the 332nd, which is just the 501st, but with the Ahsoka inspired design on the helmet, and these are unchanged from 2023 as far as I can tell. So they do have the holes in the side of the helmet for attaching accessories, but unfortunately there aren't any included. Which is a shame because they did just introduce that new rangefinder piece, so it would have been nice to get some of them. But underneath the helmet it's just the same clone face that they've been using for 6 years now. Which is absolutely fine, there's no reason to change that at all. And you do, of course, get two of them. The only difference is the weapons. The one on the left has a longer blaster rifle. And then, of course, we have everyone's favourite topic of discussion, the new Darth Maul Mandalorians. So first up, we have the one with the mail-coded armour, and he comes with a clear blue shield, which is the first time I think that LEGO's ever represented that. So it's really nice that they're changing up the weapons, and he comes with just a regular pistol as well. Not sure why they didn't give him the more rectangular pistols like they do normally for Mandalorians, so it just feels a bit strange that they've reverted back to the regular pistol. But the printing on him is really nice. He's all in gunmetal grey, and he's got the dark red and silver armour. And here's what his back printing looks like underneath the jetpack. And then we have the helmet, and I do really like it with the silver visor and the handprint. Of course the silver visor is inaccurate, it's supposed to be black. But some people in the LEGO Star Wars community are absolutely losing their minds over it when it's the tiniest little thing in the world. So while I do agree that it's a problem, it is definitely not much of a problem in my opinion. However, I do definitely think it shows up worse on the female Mandalorian because you have the silver visor printed onto the silver of the helmet. So it does look really strange with having like just the black outline on it. But the rest of the printing on this minifig is really nice with again the dark red and the silver. And this time is actually on a black torso and helmet. And we have just another generic head print underneath. And then this is the back printing with the jetpack removed. So moving on to the build, we'll start with the barricade for the clone troopers. And it's quite a simple build, most of it's using these prison bars, which does allow you to clip on this mounted blaster cannon. And that is just one of the LEGO tile shooters, which are quite frequent in Star Wars sets. And then turning it around, we do have these nice black and yellow stripes, which is printed on a 1x4 tile, which I didn't even realise from looking at the pictures of the set. So that is a nice inclusion, I'm sure that'll be quite a useful piece. And then also on the left here, we have a little place where you can store your extra pieces for the tile shooter. So it is quite nice what they've managed to achieve here with such a small build. And then the Mandalorians get this little crate as well, which I'm assuming is for storing the extra ammunition for their turret on the speeder. And the speeder itself does look really nice with the black and red colour scheme. I did have a look online to see if this was based on anything specific, and it is not, but it does look quite similar to the Mandalorian police speeder. So in the front there is a 3-stood long space to seat one of the Mandalorians, and it has room for the jetpack as well. And he has just one of those common printed control pieces. And then on the back you can attach your second Mandalorian to this mounted turret, which is attached with a ball joint, so there is a very wide range of motion that you can get with this. And there aren't any studs for the other Mandalorian to stand on, so you do just kind of have to position them so it looks like they're standing on this slope, or you could just say that they're using their jetpack to move around. Then on the back we do have these 4 transparent yellow cones for the thrusters. And then we also have these 4 dark red sections, which use these really nice wedge slope pieces, which I personally have never seen before, but I'm assuming they're from Speed Champions. And those pieces are used really well. I do really like how this looks, which is quite rare. A lot of times with the battle packs, it seems like they don't really try with the build, but on this one I feel like they definitely did. So overall, I am impressed with the builds for battle pack standards at least, especially the speeder. I think it looks really clean. However, what I didn't mention earlier is that I don't think that the clone troopers should have been in this one at all, because they did get their own dedicated battle pack not even 3 years ago at this point. So personally, I definitely think those should have been replaced by 2 of the blue Mandalorians instead. And speaking of Mandalorians, the 2 that we do get, I definitely like them more than a lot of people do. Like I said, I do recognise that the visors are supposed to be black, I just do not think it's as big of a deal as some people are making it out to be. So in terms of the tier list, I think this is going to be a high C tier, because as much as I like the builds, battle packs are all about the minifigures, and I do think they dropped the ball in a couple of areas there. If this came with 2 blue Mandalorians instead of the 2 clone troopers, I would absolutely make this a low A tier or high B tier. But as it stands, this one is going to find itself in the top of C tier. So that's going to be it from me for today. If you have any feedback for me, please let me know in the comments, and I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you everyone very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Good, Anakin, good. Subscribe. Subscribe now.
It should.
Do it.